While the rest of us are waiting on a Mirage or Cobble remake, or another update to Vertigo, Spunj went and suggested some changes to Dust2. Blasphemy! And then Gerald went and made them a reality. Link to the map in this video's description. We're not talking major layout changes. I think we can all agree that Dust2 is great as it is. These proposed changes are just small things to shake the map up because right now, people are overly familiar with the map and it's made some of the strategies stale. Still warm and homely maybe, but also possibly just a little bit stale. His first proposed change is to the middle double doors. Especially since the doors changed back to wood, he thinks it's too easy for good snipers to deal large damage to CT players. This isn't from a single easily fixable problem. It's the combination of there being a gap between the doors, that bullets fired through the doors can deal too much damage, and perhaps most importantly, the fact that people have become too good at combining these two things to their advantage. He first proposed closing off suicide, but then said that that would make the map too much like Mirage, so instead has said to extend the doors, closing off the sightline between them. I personally feel this takes away one of Dust2's unique gameplay features, but we'll see how it goes. Gerald says he's closed them off by making the doors bigger. He said this was the only way he saw of doing it, but as a result the doors have also gotten thicker, so bullets shot through them will inflict less damage. Sounds like you've solved both problems with them at once to me. Also, any other changes you think you see are simply unintended adjustments to the lighting and prop colours, since decompiling maps doesn't always do it 100% accurately. Next are the changes to short. Spunj started off by reminiscing about how great this box was back in 1.6, but then moved on to the topic of cover. He argues that it's too hard to hold short A without being flashed and molotoved into a retreat. He wants more options and variants. So Gerald has recessed the wall here at the Cyber Cafe to make for a small cubby that CTs can defend both sides of short from. And this doorway has been sunk in a bit, giving you effective cover, but once you're spotted, you're screwed. You have to think of the changes that this will make, not just for the CTs, but for the terrorists as well, and how this will affect the gameplay, not just in the round itself, but in afterplant situations. But the only certain way to test this is to play the map. So you know what to do, people. And the last change we're going to cover is the door to B. Spunj says that in its current state it leads to funky angles that don't help people either side of it, so wants it flipped the other way, kind of like how it was in 1.6. This will reduce the number of spots that attacking players will need to check at the same time, making retaking the site easier. This new sightline will let CTs defend B from outside the bomb site, meaning you don't have to commit somebody to the site itself. You could even have a couple of people stack here looking into B. Plus, without somebody locked into B, you can play retake and you can save more grenades. Especially if the proposed changes are made to middle, it will give CTs more grenades to defend B with, rather than having to use them up simply to reach it safely in the first place. He also said how he didn't like long A. He likes the grenade battle that plays out around this corner, but argues it's just too much of a commitment for CTs to send 4 players to here, only to then have to try and retake B. He didn't suggest any fixes to this, so if anybody has any ideas, post them in the comments section below. Ultimately, these changes aren't made because the map's suddenly bad, but rather because it's simply in need of something to keep strategies fresh. Spunj concluded by saying that Dust2 has remained similar since the beginning, unlike other maps which have had large changes and have become all the better for them. While Dust2 hasn't changed, Counter-Strike has, and he argues that a few small changes to the map could help to keep it feeling fresh, rather than to be old and dusty. I propose we bring back Cave.